I must get a move on. I've much to do yet.
Got to focus. My head will roll before it goes awry.
Business to attend to, friends to sup with.
This place sounds very just how I like it.
I'd sooner stay out of that.
'Twouldn't do to meddle in each other's affairs here. Another ale can't make my dancing any...
These festivities are part and parcel of our station.
'Twouldn't do to meddle in...
Is there nary a chance to make a fresh acquaintance?
I pray naught goes amiss. I've a headache as 'tis. Now, we who are gathered here...
It would seem our sovereign has recovered enough. Word reached my...
If you've naught to say, I'd best be going.
It's a shame they aren't just how I like this place. It's very
This job gonna be worth it. Bloody hell.
Would that all my days
It wasn't
so
me.
tranquil.
Business to attend to. Single heavy purse.
Mindless labor is for mindless merit.
Is there nary a chance to make a fresh acquaintance?
Now, we who are gathered here...
Another ale can't...
Whatever could you want from?
Everyone who dances with me complains.
I hear that, of course, the matter of attendance is always a contentious. You see, commoners who perform meritorious deeds or who prove their upstanding it beggars belief that layfolk with nary a shred of decorum should be allowed to attend. For instance, if you, by some miracle, were to be recommended, I should thank you.
Always the same dismal affair, if you ask.
Just between you and me, my survey missions through the cavern. My task, it is an enigma.
I shan't let anything...
I'm frightfully busy.
All this revelry in wars.
All this merrymaking is a joke.
It seems you must... attend a palace masquerade if you were to meet the one who would falsely claim your title. 'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to the castle entrance. We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Can't wait for the new equipment.
Here we are. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
A breath of fresh air is just what I need.
You're far from your station, are you not?
Our first sovereign in decades.
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods transferred to town.
So tired.
My list of duties grows ever longer.
It's a shame.
Is there nary a chance to make a...
My sword arm could use some work.
We've naught to discuss.
Let's take it easy.
I only pray my watch. My sword arm could use some work. Would that all my days were so true.
Always the same dismal affair, if you ask me.
When does my watch end?
I'm just grateful I get to lead it.
Where might I go?
To 'Twould seem I drank such drink that I am drunk.
This place is all my berries, Jerry.
There's comfort.
It's a shame.
A fine place to sit and gather
What
one's
is life? Spice.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
mindless labor is for mindless men.
Crowd that size and not a single heavy purse.
I find dressing for these occasions awfully tedious.
There's comfort in
I cannot afford another night of comfort.
Towns and politics have no concern of mine.
Business to attend to. Breakfast to supper.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in. Wait for it.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour what you like.
in here.
Open up!
This, perchance.
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye, aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls.
What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap.
Hope I never see that wretched patron again.
To find someone to buy me a drink. Time to be heading home. Down. These bones.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low. You. Do take care not to stray so far next time. It seems you have obtained information regarding the false sovereign. Captain Branch will be eager to hear of it, I'm sure. We ought to bring word of this to Captain Branch. Allow me to guide you, Master. I know the person you're looking for. We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged. Pray, follow me. We have reached our destination.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a... Well, he is merely Disa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, he seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. I have been pursuing all of the channels available to me, but I am afraid I have yet to uncover any new information pertaining to the false sovereign. Would your Majesty be willing to venture to Vermont's eastern edge to probe into the young man's origins? I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Disa's scheme and securing your enthronement. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now. Would that I could undertake the task myself. What say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent...
What else needs doing?
It would seem we even need to visit the palace.
How do you fare? Would you hear my request? I thank you.
When does...
I fear I must stray from the thread of our conversation. To tell you.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Every town's got its own hardships, it seems. A lonely place, but not without its charms.
No one wants them. There's a calm.
Somebody's fussing a puzzle puts me right at home. Nice.
I thank you. Would you accept this humble...
Another day over. Oh,
We have found a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Can I interest you in a room, sir?
Shall we get some rest then?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested, I trust?
Welcome to browse my wares. For a decent haul.
That old man by the shore. What drives him so unbendingly out into open water?
Curious, isn't it? Perhaps we will understand more in time.
My bad, goods. And I shall resist. I could sleep for a fortnight. I'm so tired.
Living's hard, but dreams are free, I say.
Time to head to market, methinks.
Humilities.
'Tis here we will begin. How wonderful. Whate'er trials. I thank you.
Looking for work?
That's quite enough from the hunting for wonder.
Whate'er trials we may face. I thank you. 'Tis here. That's it. 'Tis here we will take care. Impressive. Together. 'Tis a I had every faith. 'Tis here we will. That's it.
Even I know when to shut my trap.
have an early supper.
Just one last push.
Always doing about a dozen things at once. You've thought enough to fall for it. Shame on you. All the best tales come from travellers at the inn.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble today. Quite the predicament.
Here we are.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
Beg pardon, sir. Captain Brandt bade me ask aught of you. However, it is a matter best kept from prying ears. Firstly, pray, take this. 'Tis a regalia sword, one of the kingdom's treasures. 'Tis my duty to guard it. Yet, I have stolen it from the masquerade hall where 'twas on display. A duplicate now rests in its place. And I must beg you, generations of Amundian rulers have wielded it. Yet, Disa's disdain for tradition has seen the blade suffer. 'Tis fractured, and has lost much of its former luster. Captain Brandt is of a mind to restore it, so that it might indeed, when the time comes. And I must confess, having watched over the blade for many a year, I've grown rather fond of it. I should be well glad to see it restored to its former splendor by your hand. My hopes for our kingdom and its treasure go with you, Sir Arisen.
Those new recruits can barely lift their swords.
Let them talk. I'm too old to care.
It is quiet about. Why?
comfortable.
Not for it, but to cut my teeth in a real battle.
It's place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble today. Couldn't hurt.
If I could find a noble to take
Tis our duty to see this peace protected.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
Would that such peace reigned eternal. Is it early to arrest us yet?
A fine place to sit and gather one's thoughts.
Once the day's work is done, the night is mine.
You seem to be rather friendly with Captain Brancer. Tell me, 'tis lamentable that the captain of the late Consul's Guard should have been relegated to the garrison. But there are whispers that he was given this station in reprisal for an unthinking petition he made to Her Grace. Ever since Thesa's faction seized power within the palace, her detractors have found themselves shunted into a corner. If I were you, I'd take care not to be seen currying favor with the good.
I'll make a living if I get myself in it.
One of these days I'll buy myself a manor.
All honest boy.
Is it a bit early to arrest us yet? Such peace reigned eternal.
'Tis good to be reunited.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated...
We must rest, though the sun is... This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Well met, sir. Our soldiers need better training.
Time than I know how to spend.
Too quiet here for my liking.
We shall await you here, Ma.
You are the Arisen. Follow me!
Gentle scratch on my arms and
There's ought to be said.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Where to now?
Oi! You can't come in here! Oi! You can't come in here!
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
Mayhap I'll come here and have a day to myself.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
Mayhap I'll come here and have a day to myself.
Sounds far from comfortable.
It's too quiet here. Our brigands lurking about.
Always sets me to
They were in
think
my boots.
this place.
If they only knew.
This sort of quiet means all's well.
All my peers seem so much.
I'm still waiting. On that report.
Townspeople depend on it.
Mayhap I'll come here and have a day to myself.
This place is awful dark. Can't complain, mate.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you soon. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word! You mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been, your grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you leave your chamber. If all...
Days like this make me glad.
Even the best of us.
That's such peace.
It is a bit early for a rest as yet. Such quietude is a blessing.
What's this? Come to admire my... Oh, if only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that and 'twould wound my pride if your curiosity shall... The man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
Shall we seek some answers?
Quite the predicament.
Still waiting on that report.
You're not the only one who's too busy to...
As long as you please.
Only care
Living's
about
hard,
that
but
dreams are free.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your... How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to this scrap? 'Twas part of a letter, and this alone can prove little, but 'tis clear. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual. The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
This job better be worth it. It's too bloody early. What's the point?
Not help much the way out of this. Let them try and stop.
I'd fain hear you speak on any subject, friend. Would you lend your ear to my request? And here I thought...
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead.
Let me think on this a moment. Or to take a moment to replenish my strength. If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Loyalty's just another way to save your own skin.
Monsters range nearer. Ere they dared before.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
I would have preferred not to have At least I know I'm not to challenge. We must not let down our guard. Have my protection. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't. Well done, Master. That strategy never would have occurred to me. Now that is a surprise. The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it. You have... my support. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Be defeated when their skulls snap beyond repair.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found? The Arisen has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames!
Bound forest is fearsome indeed. We shall have to be all the more wary till sunup casts the shadows away.
You looking for a
Oh, where that
fight?
came from? Where are the skeletons? Ice is not a threat to it. We may have to rethink our strategy. Not bad. Come, follow my example. Well said.
I believe yon foe is drawn to the light. We ought to extinguish our lanterns, lest we summon it unwittingly.
I shan't let them harm you.
Let me get that. You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? There's no need to make camp here. We've energy enough to press on for a while yet. Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Well met, sir. How might I be?
I'll have to remember this place.
Fortune was on my side then.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care then.
Don't bring trouble.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up.
Dear me.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll
My bed calls.
That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time.
You're the one, then? Fie. I'd hoped I'd not be seeing you here.
There's ought to be said, peace and quiet.
You're here. I've been waiting for you.
Greetings, Master. Is this where you've been?
Fortune was on my side. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Over here, if you would.
Peruse at your leisure.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey.
Shall we get some rest then?
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off? A new day, a new perspective.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone does not constitute sufficient proof. Ah, but of course. I surmise Your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces, and all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty.
So, the false sovereign operates at the behest of
There is much we ought to tell. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies. From the pains he took to remain unseen, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of the Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chamber.
I am confident we shall see this matter to a successful conclusion. It would seem we even need to visit the palace. It would seem we even need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that she might investigate Minister Allard's chambers.
About this?
We have reached our destination. We shall await you here.
You are the Arisen. Follow me. Tis best you move along. Pray, be cautious.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
I'd sooner stay out of that. Swear it must.
Do you recall that package from the tower delivered to Minister's chambers last week?
Well,
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring.
He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for...
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your... What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign. I will protect you.
It pains me to give in.
Would you mind coming over here?
This is quite a quandary.
We're better prepared than we might have hoped. What we need is already to hand.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
'Tis this way. I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide. The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow. We're here, Master.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsword. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund, and I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
As you will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Is there aught else you would speak of? Do not forget that we will... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Do not forget that we work to... There is much we ought to tend to. Aught shall change if your Majesty has any unfinished. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the...
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, Your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power has arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brant's investigation. I quite agree.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me.
Very dull.
I find your come. Good evening, sir.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. I fought many battles. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on? Now to report to Captain Brant.
The road's at your left. Wonder if it's
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey.
We must rest. The sun may have fallen, but the day is far from over.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Regarding the matter of the Godsway, I fear there is naught to be done, save for your Majesty to venture to Batal, where you might uncover the false sovereign's secrets directly. The sigil upon that letter from some days past bore the crest of the Batali Palace. Surely there's aught to be found therein, yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are suspended. Passing through their fortress will prove a difficult task. With such hindrances in mind, I thought to prepare this. Few may pass through Batal's fortress, save Beastren merchants. With some coin, I was able to convince one such merchant to grant us that entry permit. It ought guaranteed passage through the border checkpoint, but alas, 'tis intended for a Beastren. You shall have to act the part, but as to how that should be done, I'm shamed to say I do not know. 'Twill depend upon your Majesty's ingenuity.
You the Arisen? Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be waiting in his...
If we seek further knowledge of the Godsway, we ought to make for Batal.
Then follow me. I'll lead the way. We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Such quietude is a blessing. The rules at your neck.
Quite the predicament. I've more time than I know how to spend.
I've just had a thought.
I shall never forget the agony I felt at the coronation. We must needs uncover this secret power that allows for the command of pawns. A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. It is said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands. How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number. Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses. If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that you're... Return is eagerly awaited.
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
This armor's far from comfortable.
Quiet at last.
I must earn people's
As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met. 'Tis a letter she discarded, only it seems to be addressed to someone called Faisal. I passed an eye over it, though I failed to grasp its meaning. Here. I thought it best that you have it. And if you do, that is only if you've the time to spare. I am in no position to...
of these days I'll buy myself a... Anna.
Too quiet here for my liking.
I'm in fine fettle today.
I cannot afford another night of reporting.
A chance to put my feet up is as welcome as fine ale.
Do it, suppose. had cause to draw steel.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
Ah, we meet again. Is there aught I can assist you with? What would you have me say, showing me such a letter? Oh, I see. You know of Lord Phasus, then. Very well. I shall share with you what little I know. Lord Phasus is the director of the Forbidden Magic Research Lab. 'Tis true that I have had dealings with him in the past, but I was ne'er privy to more than that. Even in Batal, few people know of his existence. To a Vermundian such as myself, the man is an enigma. If you would know more, why not visit the lab yourself? Such an errand ought prove simple for the Arisen, no?
I'm nodding off where I stand.
As tired as I am, seems like.
I'm dead on my feet after today's
I can
training.
get just about anywhere.
What could this mean? I owe you a great debt.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
'Tis good to be reunited. Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
This ox cart's bound for the I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Head on my feet. Not sure what they expect.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. Expect...
At least I go knowing I fought to the best of my...
Shall we discuss tactics now? We have aught we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Indeed, you are correct.
Townspeople depend on me.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
If this is where I...
Aye, out of the cart, all of you.
I will protect you. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Heed me. All of you must flee before this magic descends.
Make haste. There is no time.
Bear in mind that the brute will seek out women with unwavering persistence.
Such single-mindedness makes our enemy predictable, but not necessarily easier to counter.
I see it now. Tis done. Thank you, Arisen. I am overjoyed to have completed the task my master set for me.
Well said.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
I've no time for...
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Merchant, eh? Have you an entry permit? Hold a moment. That cart has priority. Lord Phaesus is come! Open the gates!
So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to check you. Go on through.
What to do?
I'll have myself a drink.
I'm starving, I am.
Mayhap dreams will
Well, I've a request to make, if you're willing to hear it. Very well, if that's your decision.
Well met, friend. Good of you to come see me.
So, after breaking free of the chains of slavery that once bound you to this land, you return of your own volition. This is good. I am relieved to see that you are fulfilling your charge. Now, 'twould be advantageous for you and your pawn to visit the Rockmouser's burrow in Batal. Methinks 'tis where you will find that which you seek. Farewell.
That reminds me. Ours is a party of women, by and large.
And yet, no two of us are the same.
Arisen. I know of at least one. Air Master, knackers!
Ice attacks will soon see the Skofeld. You have my protection. Fire's fury shan't be of aid against this road. Let's save our fire magics for another time.
A profitable endeavor. There's a cave in the vicinity that you've yet to explore. I can take us there, using knowledge I gained beyond the rift.
Flawless execution.
Once more!
So, Batal has a number of these statues as well.
We might use these statues as...
I'm sure I'm very sorry. Hear an old man out, won't Ah, 'tis you. Thought I reckoned. Good thing I didn't get my head. I'll not stand.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
I'm not taking any passengers, just...
Take opportunities as they come.
Don't drag me down.
Come on then.
What? Lost your nerve, have Oh no, not him.
I will protect you. Here, strike with lightning on your side.
Nowhere to go.
The power of such a torrent is not to be underestimated. Perhaps we could find a way to...
when better to use it in the midst of battle. Focus. The battle continues. Splendid.
I'll not stand for this.
Let me get that.
I'll not stand for this.
Well met. Does that make you the Arisen? Be at ease. I bear you no ill will. My name is Manella, and I have the honor of serving as a go-between twixt Her Majesty and the guard. Come, let me buy you a drink. We've much to discuss, and I don't fancy standing around for a while. Come, let me buy you a drink.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
The people of Batal view pawns with great prejudice. They're even forbidden from setting foot in the capital. Her Majesty, Empress Nadinia, has long been troubled by this custom, but a practice so ancient isn't easily overturned. Many are unhappy about the existence of this tavern, even though it lies outside the capital, simply because it was established as a place for pawns to gather. I know not what manner of person you are, but if you would aid me in my efforts to make the people of Batal more accepting of pawns, I would be glad to offer you a residence permit. 'Tis a bargain more than fair, for those who hold such permits may remain in Batal without having their activities questioned. What say you? Glad I am to hear it. Simply show it to one of the sentries and you'll be granted entry to the capital. Oh, and if you encounter any troubled Batali along the way, I bid you assist them. They are harsh in their persecution of the pawns, but were they to be aided by the targets of their ire, mayhap a few stubborn hearts. A simple plan, I know, but 'tis the only one available.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Fancy a look at my wares?
I always pray my watch finishes without incident.
Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
All knowledge of this, God's way, stems from the forbidden magic research laboratory, which can be found here in Batal. However, you would do well to first travel to the Alta Batal coast and seek a man named Ambrosius. For as a researcher of this laboratory, he will doubtless be able to answer many of your questions.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Let us dispense with pleasantries and cut to the heart of the matter. I have a task some days ago. A fiend attacked Empress Nadinia during her supplications. Her Majesty was unharmed, but the would-be assassin fled, gifting me a wounded arm in the process. He may seek to strike again. Yet I fear I am not fit, and so I turn to you, Sir Arisen. My deepest thanks. Her Majesty will next begin her supplications in Flamebearer Palace. I would use this opportunity to lure her assassin from the shadow. Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen. I trust you.
We shall await you here, Master.
Only person I believe in is myself.
Let me alone, will ye? I'm a bit...
I must not be spoken to. I am proud of my devotion, as well I should be. The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey. This place never is.
The God's Way. This word is unfamiliar to us. Of what do you... Prithee, would you share with us your knowledge? If 'tis magical knowledge you seek, mayhap Lord Phasus could be of aid to you. Prithee, would you share with us?
Good. I can't let myself get loose faith.
I'll take any chance not to think on my
Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum...
One day, I'm going to have...
The world's changing. Not sure how...
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared. Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Well met, sir.
Days like this which don't
Some of us get complacent. I train
My legs are as left.
Hear this. Last week, I passed along, and what did I find but the most gorgeous shards? Like drops of azure. Then, as I boasted of my finds at the tavern, a man from the Forbidden Magic Research Lab came up and asked I threw out a price. Figured I'd see where we stand and all. Only for him to double it on the spot. Seems the shards are treasures that washed up from the sea floor on occasion. Here's hoping I'll find a few more.
Shall I die aught for you?
Mayhap we'll have some fish for today's supper.
Halt! Entry beyond this point is only permitted to researchers in the laboratory. It is clear at a glance that you are not one of them, as I've got my eye on you. Do...
Polished it this morning.
What repast awaits us? Just fine. This place is too comfortable. Both mind and body must be pure for the prayers to count.
Suppose I'm tired. Barely slept a wink. I'm sure I can handle this.
Time. The only person I believe in is myself. My mind's eye.
Some of us get complacent, but I train every day.
Got to sell off what I can while
Don't think I'll stand for this.
No, no, no!
Leave off before you earn my spite.
The only person I believe in is myself.
Always. Me comes for all.
I'm dead on my feet, but I've much to do yet.
How can
I get this color to come out brighter?
Peril feels awfully important. Might as well hang about. No rush.
Mayhap if I hang about, someone will buy aught.
Good day to you.
Have you need of me?
Ah, getting a new...
Quiet here for my liking.
Feels eerie with no one about.
Okay, and not a moment's rest.
Hope today's halls are plenty.
What brings you here?
Ought you need of me?
Got to make a list of the colours I'm running low on.
I must earn people's faith.
What suppose I'm tired.
I trust aught's well.
Good day, sir.
Aught you need of me?
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in town.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
How might I aid you, sir?
As well hang about. I'm in no rush.
Bunch of sluggards. I need new blood.
Got to order in some more pigments.
I've got to
I'm
make
running
room for
low.
my next shipment.
Hope today's halls are
Just
plenty.
about anywhere.